Hey guys, Ross from Natural Aesthetics. In this video I showcase a HIT style upper body push day. So I train my chest, shoulders and triceps. It's a very effective way of training. You've got to train hard and heavy for this training style to be effective. Sessions are fairly short, so you can get in and out of the gym in 45 minutes generally speaking, which is sometimes very beneficial. HIT stands for High Intensity Training. It was first made popular by Mike Mentzer in the late 70s, early 80s. In a time where volume training was all the rage, so it was kind of controversial back then. Then again in the early to mid 90s it found some popularity, mostly because of Dorian Yates and his help from Mike Mentzer, who utilised the system to put on a large amount of muscle mass for the Olympia contests in the early to mid 90s. Since then it hasn't really seen much of the limelight in terms of training protocols in the bodybuilding world, but I think it's a great routine. However, I prefer doing the routine with a higher frequency. I think that's where Mike Mentzer went wrong in his original theories, at least in terms of a natural trainer. Because with HIT, your intensity has to go up. You're training beyond failure, for a muscle group, for an exercise. Therefore, you have to minimise the sets. That intensity can only be kept up for so long before the intensity drops. Therefore, it's not maximal, and you're doing a hybrid of the two. It has to be maximal intensity, or you move on to volume training where you're, dropping that intensity per set. So, because of the drop in volume, I find it makes room for more frequency. You're able to train the muscle more times per week. Whereas Mike Mentzer really advocated a very low frequency, sometimes often only training the muscle once every 2 to 3 weeks, which as a natural, I just don't think will cut it, especially if you don't have amazing muscle building genetics. That muscle won't hang around, in my experiences at least. So because of the higher intensity and subsequent lower volume, you're able to train the muscle more frequently. Now, I've had great successes in the past doing HIT 6 days a week, push pull push pull push pull, training the entire body over the 2-day period 3 times per week. I've seen fantastic progress in that. I would say that's one of the most efficient ways of building muscle as a natural bodybuilder. Your training is very, very, very hard, but very short in duration. Therefore, you're able to repeat the training multiple times per week, as opposed to blowing yourself out and having severe DOMs and not being able to hit that muscle adequately, after 10 sets of 10 for another few days. You're able to hit it, recover, and then go in again and do the same. Multiple growth periods are possible during a week with this style of training. So that's my 2 cents on it. So just a quick update on my part. Currently not really doing so well, to be honest. I've been umming and ahhing about what routine to use. I was starting the Mad Cow. I did that for 3 weeks. I am still doing that. I just wanted a break for a week. So I'm going to try some HIT training. The reason being, really, I'm so kind of up in the air about my training style is because I have this ongoing scalp issue, as some of you may know from watching my videos, and I've decided to take some medication to deal with the problem. I've been to see a private dermatologist and he recommended 2 drugs, first of which is called prednisone, which is essentially a steroid, but it's not a kind of steroid where you're going to gain muscle. In fact, possibly the opposite. You might gain weight on this, you might lose muscle strength. There are a host of other potentially nasty side effects that could occur, so I've been very apprehensive about starting it, but I've decided it's for the best. The second drug, I have to get a blood test to check whether I'm applicable to take it, is Roaccutane, which is an acne treatment. The 2 combined should hopefully get rid of this problem. I do believe the problem is an autoimmune problem of sorts. It stems from the gut and fueling myself with foods that don't agree with me. For long periods of time when I was bulking, I was consuming a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of gluten, a fair amount of sugars, and a large quantity of meat. And compared to some people I know, I was eating very, very healthy, but I was consuming a lot of food, and some of that food I don't think agreed with me. And for a long period of time, I've had issues developing in the gut, which have manifested themselves as a skin issue, a scalp issue. So I believe after taking these drugs to eliminate all possible food allergens or intolerances, if you will, and work on improving my gut health and preventing the problem from arising again, I'm positive that it will work. But for the time being, I'm up in the air really as to what's going on in my training, because of the potential side effects of this drug. So I'm just going to try and maintain and see what happens. But mark my words, I will be back healthy, and I'll be back bigger and better than ever, ready for a competition next year. Mark my words. So thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more videos. Check out my social media. The links are in the description box below. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. Just subscribe to see more natural bodybuilding videos. Stay strong, guys.